So here we are once more with the sensational Nicktoon about the robot built to be a teenager who fights for Earth. Season 2 sure had some special episodes, and because there are 3 of them, I have a total of 23 episodes to address in no more than 10 words. Oh, and for some pretty odd reason, Paramount Plus displayed the episode order incorrectly, so I had to go all over the place so I could watch the series in the right order. It was certainly a task, but I hardly had to sweat. Are you ready to fly up into a sky of satisfaction swiftly? Okie dokie. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here's every episode in the 2nd season of My Life as a Teenage Robot, reviewed in 10 words or less. Tremendous Tradition Takeoff. Looking far from the future, for it caused fear. Couldn't have said it better myself, title. So, someone seeks signing up to the sky. Needing special upgrade to fight special upgrade. Dating a dog droid? Dear. Awesome alien adolescents assemble. I. Hang out or freak out. Getting a certain someone in the correct connecting. Why was she still putting up with Silver Shell again? Around the world? Yes. 80 pieces? Really? A bot destroys weapons while being a weapon. Classic. Kilgore Wind, Kilgore Annoy, and Kilgore Charm. One hero's trash may be another hero's treasure. Trying so early to live alone might rust you to bones. Big breathtaking bot bash. Redesign. Now. Suitable schematic scuffle. Machine melee mostly mediocre. Anyone else out there request a continuation for this quest? Maniacally laughing date? No wonder XJ9 minds. Produced at Cluster Industries, only $5.99. Cowantica Bunga! And that would be all of them, if my calculations are correct. So at this time, let's discuss the top 3 best and worst episodes of My Life as a Teenage Robot's 2nd season. It was better than the 1st season, but still wasn't without its missteps. Although, I got more invested into the show. And if you have opinions unsimilar to mine, that's nice, as long as you are kind about your disagreements. Well, time for my principal protocol to examine the few selected episodes. Number 3 worst. Crash Pad Crash. Jenny feels like she keeps getting pestered by her parent, so she tries living independently in the backyard shed. It seems she has been putting a lot of wants over needs, as she has a lot of parties with lots of townspeople. You think Jenny sleeping in school causing her to fail all her classes was bad enough? Well, that's nothing compared to what happens later. Everywhere is a mess, she can't recharge herself, and the last get-together ends up having criminals drop by. And once everything's dealt with, Wakeman grounds Jenny. Okay, understandable. And the Carbuncle boys. You're not there, Mom. The moral for younglings and teenagers is that you shouldn't try living alone until you're an adult. And I didn't need this, ahem, reminder. Number 3 best. Mama Drama. While on the subject of living alone versus with family, Wakeman is dating someone that causes Jenny to be worried, as he has a maniacal-sounding laugh and claims to be interested in the scientist's mind. Yep, Jenny fears the man is trying to brainwash her mother, and he'd make a terrible father. The protagonist gets Sheldon, Brad, and Tuck to help prove if her fear is true. Just when it seems the team is done for, it turns out the guy was just giving her a ticket and a souvenir for the amusement park. Villain or not, would you really want someone like him to be Jenny's dad? Regardless, Jenny learned her lesson, and Tuck pretending to be a woman at the end was quite funny. Number 2 worst. Humiliation 101. Near the end of another disaster averted, Jenny caused damage to practically the entire school building, resulting in the vice principal calling Wakeman, and she agreed to give a lecture about her child at the school, much to Jenny's fear of embarrassment. Brad and the bot feel the need to make a disaster happen, whether she calls her mortal enemies. Don't know how or why she get the numbers of those that want her beat. And they all of a sudden break out in a happy song about how the day will go wrong. As I have been worried, the outcome was awful, and I don't know which is worse, the presentation or the huge desperation to prevent said presentation. I'll let you be the judge of that. Number 2 best. A robot for all seasons. Shortly after Jenny saved the jolly holiday and took her friend shopping, Todd Sweeney tricks the gal into being his minion, and not just for play. She gets shocked and awakened to see the town, including her creator, has made her the enemy, except Sheldon, who explains that she's been ruining the holidays either because of mind control or a supposed evil twin. It's the former. Christmas was the only holiday left for Todd to wreck, and would have won if not for Sheldon's help and the confession. Everything works out for everyone, even the villain who learned the meaning of Christmas and received what he really wanted for so long. Can't forget the caroling at the end, with Tuck comically breaking the fourth wall. Number 1 worst. Victim of fashion. Growing tired of having the same look and desiring to outdo the Crust cousins, Jenny takes inspiration from magazines to make herself capable of transforming into various outfits, and as stylish the outfits from both sides of the competition are, my problem is that this double-length, that's right, double-length episode spends too much time being less like a superhero show and more of a session of a fab contest. You can argue that the protagonist being a girl means there has to be a glam episode at some point, yet it ain't worth being a special, especially when looking at the other specials. Also, she believes being fashionable over functional is more important. Like, what would her mother say if she heard that? The only action taking place is against the space bikers at the exposition and climax. And topping it all off, Tuck gets praise for his look, and Jenny's reaction to the nonsense sums up mine. Number 1 best. Escape from Cluster Prime. Having felt shunned by the people she's been living with, Jenny actually wished to disappear from Earth, and accidentally got a request granted thanks to a teleporter to Cluster Prime. First glance, it surprisingly isn't as bad as she thought it'd be, until we see Queen Vexus has made XJ9 look like the criminal responsible for stealing all the powerful golden robotic chips. Meanwhile, the planet of fleshlings is being conquered by the cluster forces, and Earth is doomed without the hero, eventually leading to a dangerous rescue mission. Jenny's cover soon gets blown, but discovers the truth about the chips, even causing Vexus' daughter, Vega, to inform everyone of the deception, and stripping Vexus of her crown. Jenny comes across the decision to either stay with the cluster as Vega is the new queen, or go back to the place she came from and save it. Choosing the latter, everyone realizes how important she is to Trevorton and honors her for being the hero they needed. It indeed was quite a one-of-a-kind escapade. Want more fiction? Then please do what my friends say, comment below, and follow me on Instagram for thumbnail previews and teasers for upcoming YouTube videos. Fiction Fanboy has finished this video. Everyone keep fantasizing, and good night-o.